So on live streams, people keep asking me the question, is Bayek another Connor? I don't know why they think that somehow I know the answer to this, but I can give my thoughts. Now first of all, I'm not going to factor my opinion in it right away. I'm going to give you what they probably mean. Do they mean that Bayek is like Connor as a character, or like Connor in skill, or whatever? Well, we're going to go over all of this, and then I'm going to give my opinions towards the end about Bayek and Connor and the difference that I'm spotting. The short answer for this is no, but we're going to have to get into this to take a look and see. Both Bayek and Connor seem very stoic, yes, but their characters are actually very different. Connor was naive and dedicated, and he didn't really let his hair down very often. With Bayek, he seems to definitely be dedicated. We don't know if he's naive yet, but he does let his hair down, and we have seen him be more human around people, especially children. Bayek also carries himself differently, having something of a smirk on his face when communicating with people around him. Connor, however, was more serious. He didn't really care for bullshit, understandably, I suppose. We don't see Connor communicate with children at all, but from what we do see of Connor in Assassin's Creed 3, he doesn't have any real sense of humour there, whereas Bayek appears to have something of a sense of humour, although very light. Though it is notable that we have seen very little of Bayek, so the fact that we might only see a little bit of light humour there doesn't necessarily mean that it's present for the majority of the game. But already we seem to be seeing a different kind of humanity in Bayek than what we see in Connor, and if you want to see Connor's humanity, then you have to play the Homestead missions for Assassin's Creed 3. They're actually probably the best part of the entire game. But even if Connor were a friend in a friendship group, say, he would be the last member of said group to get a joke. We even get to see Bayek laugh in the demo that we see with him in somewhere. I think IGN uploaded it somewhere, and then loads of other YouTubers are uploading it somewhere. We don't see Connor laugh at all, so clearly he finds something funny, or maybe he's ticklish. I feel as if the similarities in character between Bayek and Connor go as far as the fact that they both seem fairly stoic and lone wolf style, but other than that, I don't think they're really that similar. Now let's look at their skills. Well, they're both assassins of sorts. Bayek is a founder of the Assassin Brotherhood in a way, as we know it. Not necessarily the first assassin, but the founder of the Brotherhood, and obviously he's a very deadly assassin. Connor as well, for all his flaws in his character in my opinion, he's definitely a skilled assassin. So they have that in common. So a seemingly stoic nature and very good assassin skills. So far, they seem very similar but very different in a way. Obviously, some of the finishes from Bayek are quite brutal. A lot of the finishes from Connor are quite brutal. So they have that brutality there as well, maybe. But beyond the things I've just listed, there's not really much that I can say is similar between Bayek and Connor. But then again, maybe they are having a second go at the character that they tried to make with Connor. With Bayek, it makes sense. The backstory might be slightly different, but there are similarities there to be seen as well, such as the fact that he wants to defend his people sort of thing as his job as a Medjay. That's what he wants to do, you know, whereas with Connor, he just wanted to defend his people and things like that, so that makes sense as well, so there is a similarity there after all. But from Bayek, I don't get the vibe that I did with Connor. I don't feel as if he's going to be a similar character in any way whatsoever. I feel as if despite the similarities, they're going to be very, very different. Now, there's nothing wrong with the past that they tried to do with Connor. There's nothing wrong with what they tried to do with him. However, in my opinion, it didn't work too well. This is more because of a lack of layers than anything. With Bayek, I get the vibe that he does have a few layers there. For example, he seems to find children quite amusing because their naivety is always quite amusing to Bayek by the looks of it, because he laughed at that little girl who was asking him about how he learned to climb like that because it looks fun. But he can also be very serious at the same time. And hopefully there's some character development there, which is sort of necessary for the story they want to tell, because they want to tell the story of Bayek adapting to the changing world, the changing of ancient Egypt into a more modern society of sorts. Of course they have to do this, and they probably very well will, so I don't see very much of a difference between Bayek and Connor as far as characters are concerned, because there will be some character development there with Bayek. There has to be, otherwise the story will be completely lost on us. So, to answer the question, do I think Bayek will be like Connor? The answer is no. I don't think he's going to be very much like Connor at all. There are similarities there, just like there are similarities between most assassins, but I feel as if beyond that, Bayek is his own character, just like Connor was his own character, and I feel as if that's that. So there's your answer. The answer is no. Hopefully, Bayek's character is really good and ticks all the boxes that it needs to, and I feel as if it's going to be a decent character, because what we've seen hasn't been bad or indifferent or anything like that. It's been relatively good. We've seen some interesting things from Bayek already in the demos and the cutscenes we've seen in the demos, in the gameplay when he's talking to himself and stuff like that. I feel as if Bayek could very well be a very likable character. But of course, you should let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do you think Bayek is going to be like Connor? Do you think he's going to be like anyone else? What do you think about his character from what we've seen? Do you think he's decent? Do you think he's meh? What do you think? The demos are probably the best place to look for examples. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends about this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one with another video at some point. So yeah.